So my name is Narindo Bhikkhu, and I'm a Buddhist monk, ordained like more than 10 years ago already as a monk in Amaravati Buddhist monastery near Hemel Hempstead in the UK. I'm born and raised in Holland, the Netherlands, and I came here in my late 20s to see whether I could live as a monk, basically to practice meditation and then, let's say, a more active mindfulness lifestyle. It's a bit of an accident that I became a monk. I was in my late 20s, so I finished my studies. I studied business administration and financial law, and I was working for a corporate business, so very commercial, I would say. But I was always interested during my studies as well, already when I was 18, 19, about morality. And I've joined a few groups during my studies, let's say religious groups, gatherings of Christians or gatherings of other faiths, and I had discussions about it, talk about it. I mean, besides doing enough partying and going and doing things what I don't know what the average students will do. Don't want to picture idea that I was always joining these groups. It was much more like an extra hobby or something. But what I find striking was that during my studies and during my upbringing, it's sort of not emphasized in my environment, the people that I got to know or the teachers I got to know, the education system that I went through, about morality, like how to be a good person. And I think that was some of the things that I missed. I learned a lot about doing business and how that corporations work, law, how that worked, so I could really, I guess, earn a good salary, basically, finding a job within that sector. But it was always difficult, I find, to find information or understanding about what is it to be a good person, how can I be a good person, how that work. Because I do feel, you do feel like, you learn things, but if that aspect is not emphasized, you can do all kinds of stuff, you can lie through your job, you can just say anything you want. And what does that matter? If that get you more salary or more money, or, you can lie to, in a commercial setting, you can, for instance, say not the truth to, people you sell things to, for instance, right? That's like quite a classic example. And I always wondered, where do you put the line, where do you put the line in this? And also when you do group works with students, you might have experienced it yourself. Some people put a lot of work, some not, some maybe copy it from other people. Where do you put the line? It doesn't feel good, but how does that work? And I think with when I came across Buddhism in this way, this Buddhism taught me much more about taking morality as your own values. So try to be a good person from your own set of standards. So there are some standards, for instance, the 5 precepts, and how can you adhere to these precepts and then see the results for it, and how can you see the effects of those actions that we do. So that really helped me, actually, and after a while I got interested in meditation, so I joined one of the meditation classes here at Amaravati Buddhist monastery, and then after a few days I could see my heart changing, and I have experienced some kind of a peace, let's say a peace that is born from not getting anything, that was much more stronger than anything I got in the past. Like, of course, when I started working, I had money, I know many more people, I can do many more things, I'm more, I could buy the things I wanted to have, go to places that I wanted to go, meet people that I would like to meet, and you could see that the happiness coming from there, or satisfaction, or there's only so much, and I could feel that it was just limited, kind of limited. But this experience, I would say, really changed my mind into, so this kind of peace and happiness is possible, So I would say when I studied Buddhism in the beginning and study about meditation, I really didn't get it. I get it on an intellectual level, but we didn't get it. It's a bit like reading about recipes, or watching YouTube movies about things that you don't understand or don't know, and someone is explaining. You understand it on a certain level, as like watching YouTube on the Bahamas, nice beaches and stuff. You can understand, you can see, but being there is different. So that's similar to me. It was like this conceptual understanding of peace. I could understand, but how is it? But once I experienced a little bit of it during my 10-day meditation retreat, I could see that my mind changed. Like, oh, this is what I want. I want this. I want more of this peace. Which is, of course, doesn't help with the peace. But it was very clear that what I was pursuing, which was also good, was I'm still interested in some way, shape or form, more money, more reputation, more a house, girlfriend, etc., car, and which give me some kind of happiness, let's say. And then you have this more recluse lifestyle, a monk lifestyle, where it's about restraint, rules, waking up early, can't choose what you eat, don't have money, cannot cook, cannot work in the garden, quite limited lifestyle basically. But somehow I could experience a little bit by doing a meditation retreat, a silent meditation retreat, that I could achieve quite more happiness by a little effort. That's why my mind changed and said to myself, the mind told me, no, try, do more of this and see what happens. And I could see that I couldn't really easily combine it, because once I'm in this lifestyle, I just get lost in it, just want to do more and more and work harder, and so I tried in 2010, say, okay, let's try this, give up this whole thing. I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, no house, no kids, so it was easier than some other people. I put it on pause and then try this lifestyle, and that's already 12 years ago. And I could say that after, already a few years, but now, especially now, the peace is much more there. I feel much more calmer, much more happier, and much more satisfied, and also feel moral upright. I feel also that when you go to bed or you wake up, there's this kind of no remorse, no regret, some kind of confidence in one's action and my thought process. You can sort of feel at ease with oneself, and I think that I was sensitive to it. So it's not for everyone, definitely, and it's also not saying that people that are not monks and not doing this are not moral. It's also not saying that people that are doing all this are moral. It's, I think, how you want to use it, the form, the monk's form. It's a form in the end. It's a tool. It's a way of living. It's not that monks are or nuns, the Buddhist nuns. They have, you can use this form and find out for yourself, And the commitment here is not forever. You can leave, or I can leave at any time if I want to. Becoming, reinstated as a monk takes up a bit of time again, but it's not like it's a lifetime commitment. So I tried first as a guest here, just to stay a few days and then come back again, and try to, join the monastery's routine, which is a very simple, steady routine. And it's a bit too much detail to explain this in a short video, but anyone is welcome to come, and then they can see for themselves what effect it has on oneself. Because I think also for some people it might not work, or for some people you think in one way, but when you do it, it doesn't meet, and the way you think might not always be realistic, let's say. So it's good to come and experience oneself without being a monk or committing to being a monk or a nun, and just to see. And I think for myself, I could see that, as I said before, it has given me a lot of satisfaction and peace and happiness from within, basically.